the scene and literally put the camera in the middle of that scene so that the point of view for the user is from the point of view of the soldier. Yeah? So I want to run a quick demo of what the experience was like. So essentially, the entire experience is from the first-person perspective, and what you do is you fly through this scene to get a sense of what this battle scene was like. There are essentially two ways that you can navigate. You can navigate with the mouse, or you can navigate with the keyboard. And what happens is that it flies you through the battle scene from the perspective of the soldier. And as you're going through, there are these hotspots that you can click on that provide deeper content, as well as these figurines. These are actual figures that were manufactured, that were made, and it's about this big. And we took 360 photos of the figures that you can actually play in the museum. One of the features that we had on the website was that you can take a screenshot of the website. You can also play it automatically. And then you can download every single frame of the website. And what was really interesting after we launched this website was that somebody went to the website, he took a screenshot of every single frame, he then stitched them together, and then reposted the entire experience as a movie back to his own website as well as onto YouTube. And by the way, guess how many screenshots there were? 1,400 screenshots, 1,444 screenshots. And he manually took a screenshot of this website and stitched them together by hand and then posted it. And one of the really interesting learnings from this was that if you give them the right kind of appetite or the right kind of content, they'll literally eat it up. Yeah. When we launched Halo 3, it was right after the third Spider-Man movie was out. And what was interesting was back in 2004, Spider-Man 2 was released, and then Halo 2 was released right after Spider-Man 2 was released. And it became the biggest entertainment sales in history. When Halo 3 was launched, it beat Spider-Man 3 again, and it became the biggest entertainment sales in history. So next point is what I like to call be who you are. Be pure, be honest. Don't pretend to be who or what you're not. And a lot of times when you have a lot of things that you want to say, a lot of products that you want to sell, it's difficult to be pure about what you want to sell and what you want to say. And working with Nike around the world, we work with Nike in Europe as well as in Asia. And Nike is an interesting client that we've been working with for the past 8 years or so. And they've given us a lot of great opportunities to do amazing work. And this was one of the projects that we did for Nike basketball for this player, his name is Kobe Bryant. And one insight that we gathered about Kobe Bryant was that he's such an amazing player that he's always looking one step ahead of everybody else. So we used that as a tagline, one move ahead, to create a campaign, the entire campaign around him to promote the shoe that he was going to come up with. And what we found was to create an interactive experience where you see, I'll show you the video of the experience that we created. We basically shot one move that Kobe Bryant would play in the game, and then analyze literally every single step of the way, and then the user can find details about either the product that he was wearing, or the move that he made, or training that he's done, those kind of things.
Look deeper. Look deeper. I have more than just stones, okay? You see what I see? Angles, inches, options, and counters, miles on it, weights on it. It's a game, one move at that. That's what you're following. Taking it just a little deeper. You're out above.
This was a campaign that was specifically done for digital, meaning that it was started as a digital campaign online. And the client liked it so much that they decided to turn it into an offline campaign as well. So we actually extended this from the web experience to an online advertising experience to a TV spot and a retail execution. So when you have a simple idea that engages people, the learning that we have from this was that it's effective in any media. The next point, let the consumers engage in the branding. And I think this is an interesting and important point to make, because this is where digital can really take advantage of the interactive nature of the medium. And to some extent, just because it's digital doesn't have to be online or doesn't have to be on a website. And this was an initiative that was essentially an event that we did for Nike, which became an annual event that we do in London. It's called Run London. And it's, as the name suggests, it's a running event that involves about 30,000 people. And it's a 10-kilometer event that takes place in London in, I think, in October, November of every year. This was a shot from 2006. And the challenge with this year's campaign was that we divided the city of London into two camps, one north, one south, and let them race against each other. And then the average time of the north group or the south group would be the time that would be competed against each other. And one of the tools that we made for this campaign was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Google Mashup. Yeah, and the screen is a little bit fading on this monitor, but this was done in 2004, and this was probably the first example of Google Mashup that any brand has done, where we use the Google Maps technology as well as consumers' desire to be able to track courses easily. And basically what you do is that you can literally drag your cursor to track the courses that you run. And the reason why we provided this tool was that we were finding that the people were driving their courses to measure distance. So instead of having them drive their courses, why don't we create a simple tool on a website that they can use to find out that they are actually running 5 kilometers as opposed to 10 kilometers that they thought they were running. Yeah. So this was in 2004, and now a lot of different brands and different companies have used Google Maps, but it was probably the first one that any brand has done. And as part of this event, one really innovative mechanic that we introduced, and this was done in 2002 I believe, Richard, you know?
Yeah,
2002. And what this was that if you register for the race, you're given a chip that you put into your shoes. And what happens is that chip would know exactly your time of your race, and it would record a video clip of you crossing the finish line. And then what happens is that video clip is sent to your mobile phone, and you will also get a link that you can then send to your family or your friends who couldn't see you crossing the finish line. And this is a simple piece of technology. Now it's fairly common, but this is something that we've done in 2002 for Nike, and it's now being rolled out quite globally. We've done this 5 or 6 times in London. We did this one in other places in Europe, and we did one the same event, same idea, where you can get your running clip on your mobile phone in Latin America last year as well. So, it's not so much about using a piece of technology, but using in a way that's relevant and meaningful to those consumers. Does that make sense? Yeah. And Run London has been a quite popular event, and there are only 30,000 spots that we can sell to the runners. And every year, it becomes so popular that without any advertising, it sells out completely. And 2 years ago, 32,000 runners bought the tickets to the event within 40 hours of the launch of the website of Run London. And it became the fastest e-commerce website in the UK. And we actually, I heard that the UK London office is applying for the Guinness Book of Records for the fastest e-commerce website. I didn't know there was such a thing, but we can play one, right? Another thing that we've done in the US using mobile technology, this was done in San Francisco and New York. And Zagat, by the way, is a restaurant guide that's quite popular in the US. And Visa is a client for this one. And it's basically a simple service for Visa signature card holders, where you go to a restaurant that you don't know, you go to the door of the restaurant, and there's a little sign that allows you to text into a number. And what it then provides is that it provides a voice recording of the chef recommending certain dishes of the day through the mobile phone for the Visa signature card holders. Simple execution, providing value to the consumers by means of technology. Next one, two more. Be relevant. Prove yourself worthy in whatever medium you work with. This is something that we've done for Target. Are you guys familiar with Target, by the way? Target is that it's a retail chain. It's a U.S. brand, and they have stores literally all over the place in the U.S. And they sell clothing, kitchenware, houseware, furniture, pretty much everything but food is what they sell. And this is one of the stores, what that looks like. And every summer they have a challenge of marketing to mothers who have students who go back to school. So the school semester in the US starts in September. So the summertime in August is the time when parents buy things for their students who go back to college to their dorms for decorating their rooms. And one of the things that we recommended to Target was that, well, instead of talking to moms, you should talk to students who are going shopping with moms, because the problem is that the students, they don't have a lot of money, and a lot of them, they don't have credit cards, so they can't buy things online. But what they do is that they do influence the purchase behavior of the parents, so that let's talk to the students and let them influence the actual buyers to purchase products from Target. Well, in order to talk to students, we need to talk to them in their own voice and in their places that they hang out, right? So what we decided to do was create, this is Facebook, and what was the Chinese portal? That's, yeah. I think one of the ladies earlier.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So Facebook is like that. where literally thousands and millions of students are signed up. And we created basically a portal where we posted not just products, but inspiration for students to decorate their rooms. You can also get tips and checklists of things to buy that then you can give to your parents. Hey, these are the things that I need for my own room, so that the parents are not, sort of forcing the products that they need their kids need. We created not your mom's checklist, so we provide a simple tool where the students can create their own checklist of things that they need to buy. We also created a photo blog within Facebook where these students can post their rooms so that they become inspirations to each other's decoration. And fairly recently, it was interesting that Athlete, which is a marketing publication in the U.S., did a case study between Target and Walmart. Walmart is another big chain that's available in the U.S., and they did the same thing, but they only had about, I think, 100. Walmart only had about 100 members, and then I think Facebook one that we did have about 50,000 members in the first 3 months or so that after they launched it. So if you do it right, if you speak to them in the right language, and if you provide them the kind of content that are relevant to them, then again, people are willing to digest your content, so to speak. This was something that we've done for Nike women. This was, by the way, actually specific for Nike Asia Pacific. And the reason why I wanted to show this case study was because we found out that, traditionally speaking, Nike has the marketing towards women in certain categories, meaning that, okay, you are a type of person who runs, so you should be wearing running gear. You are a type of person who dances, so these are the products for you. You are a runner, so these are running shoes and clothes. But the reality was that a lot of female athletes and fitness enthusiasts were consuming all of those sports all the time.